I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Yes, this is fresh off the presses, y'all. I was about to go outside and about to go exercise because there's a boxing match I want to go to. Yeah, there's a boxing match I'm about to head off to. I'm trying to train for. But here's the thing, right? I was going to do a live stream on Candace Owens, and Candace Owens having a bad week, y'all. She's having a bad week. And I hope what happens leads to her downfall. I really do. Nick Fuentes got her, and then uh, the Queenmaker got her, and now this, right? Now this. Now, about 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, right, right, right. See, I'm glad that you said that, George. Not only Jason Whitlock and Mark Robinson, uh, I want some of the manosphere idiots that said some things about Michelle Obama, like Tommy Sotomayor. I want to see all of this happen. I hope it gets the ball rolling on shutting these idiots up, right? So early this morning, this was filed in the state of Delaware around 8:35 my time. I want to say my time. I want to say my time, which is Central Time. I think I got it messed up. Anyway, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It was filed from in the Superior Court of the state of Delaware. Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron. Emmanuel Macron is the president of France, and Brigitte Macron is his wife, the first lady, who, let's just say, she's 20 years older than he is, and she was his teacher when he was in elementary, or was it junior high, whatever it is, where kind of type of school it is. Then it says Emmanuel Macron, Brigitte Macron plaintiffs versus Candace Owens LLC, and George Tom Incorporated as the defendants. And let me just read some of this, because yeah, people are getting tired of y'all. I'm saying it to you conservatives, especially the black conservatives. People really getting really tired of y'all at this point. Y'all get to open your mouth and say a lot of things and get away with things. Now, plaintiff, in March 2024, Candace Owens, a right-wing podcaster, told the world that she would shake her entire professional reputation on the fact that Brigitte Macron, the first lady of France, is in fact a man. Since then, Owens had used his fake statement to promote her independent platform, gain notoriety, and make money. Owens disregard all credible evidence, disproving her claim in favor of platforming known conspiracy theorists and proving the famers. And rather than engage with President and Mrs. Macron attempts to set the record straight, Owens mocked them and used them as an additional fodder for her frenzied fan base. Owens did not stop there. Retaliating against the Macrons for the audacity for sending her a retraction demand, Owens helmed an 8-part podcast series entitled Becoming Brigitte. The series accompanied X posts throughout the series. Owens and her entities, Candace Owens LLC and George Tom Incorporated, endorsed, repeated, and published series of verifiable, false, and devastating lies about the Macrons, in which this complaint is based. These outlandish, defamatory, far-fetched fictions, including that Mrs. Macron was born a man, stole another person's identity, and transitioned to become Brigitte. Mrs. Macron and President Macron are blood relatives committing incest. President Macron was chosen to be the president of France as part of the CIA operated MK Ultra program, or a similar mind control program, and Mrs. Macron and President Macron are committed forgery, fraud, and abuse of power to conceal these secrets. I hope Barack and Michelle start doing this to Anger Man, and doing this to this Manister Nuts, and do this to Joe Pags and Glenn Beck. Anyway, let me get back to where I was at. 3. These claims are demonstrably false, and Owens knew that they were false when she published them. Yet she published them anyway, and the reason is clear. It is not the pursuit of truth, but the pursuit of fame. After being fired from the Daily Wire, Owens used these demonstrably false claims to promote her independent podcast, Candace. Owens' fan base has grown to 6.9 million followers on X, aka Twitter, and 4.47 million subscribers on YouTube. The most popular podcast in the world has discussed her investigation into the Macron's history. She launched a revamped website, CandaceOwens.com, fueled by her desire to make these specific false claims about the Macrons without adhering to the content Moderation policies. That's why I want YouTube. That's why I want the government to hopefully this get the government to go after YouTube for not doing their policies that allow crap like this to occur. Anyway, and get my personal feelings out the side, right? This is nothing new for Owens. She has built a brand of provocation, not truth. Owens labels herself as an independent investigative journalist while routinely peddling misinformation under the guise of legitimate reporting. She has promoted a range of conspiracy theories, including anti-vaccination, anti-vaccine falsehoods, long debunked anti-Semitic tropes such as blood libel and the Holocaust distortion, going so far to dismiss the atrocities of Joseph Mengel's medical experience as mere propaganda. Her content is not intent to inform, but to inflame and attract attention through sensationalization and conspiracy theories. I had to say conspiracy theories like that because conspiracy theories. Number 5, Owens published series and related expos with reckless disregard for the truth. Owens repeatedly presented with credible, verifiable evidence disproving her claims, including documentation, public records, and direct outreach from the MACRONs. Instead of correcting the record, she doubled down. At the same time, Mrs. Caron had won French defamatory claims against others who pushed the same baseless theories, underscoring both their falsely and inflammatory sting. Owens knew this, yet Owens, fully aware of the truth, has not only declined to retract her claims, her statements rather, but has actively expanded on them. Number 6, these lies have caused tremendous damage to the MACRON's defendants. To the MACRONs, defendants have subjected the MACRONs to a campaign of global humiliation, turning their lives into fodder for profit-driven lies. Owens had dissected their appearance, their marriage, their friends, their family, and their personal history, twisting it all into a grotesque narrative designed to inflame and degrade. The result is relentless bullying on a worldwide scale. Every time the MACRONs leave their home, they do so knowing that countless of people have heard, and many believe these vile fabrications, which is invasive and dehumanizing and deeply unjust. Number 7, I hope people are hearing me on this, right? I hope people are hearing me on this, right? Hold on. And let me stop, right? Let me stop because I see people in the chat room. Yeah, I saw George, Man of Tomorrow. Shout out to him. He said slander isn't covered by free speech. You got that right. I want this to happen. I want this to keep on going on. I want Michelle Obama to do this, the Tommy Sotomayor and others. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Mo, what's going on? Mo called her Candace. Do now. All right. To everyone, she is trans, pure psycho shit, maybe projection. Ooh. Candace will be Owens the French first lady some money. Yeah, she's having a bad week. She's having a bad week, y'all. She's having a bad week. Let's continue, right? Let's continue. Where was I at? Oh, faced with these relentless and unjust smear campaigns, the Macrons are left with no choice but to seek relief through this court to set the record straight, prevent further harm, and hold defendants accountable for their conduct. Part parties and relevant non-parties. Okay, I mean, let me go back up. Let me go back up. Hold on. Let me. Here we are. Here we are. Plaintiff Manuel Macron is a French citizen. President Macron has been president of France since 2017. Prior to being elected, President Macron served as Minister of Economics, Industry, and Digital Affairs and Deputy Secretary General to the President. President Macron married Brigitte Macron in 2007. 9. Plaintiff Brigitte Macron is a French citizen, a spouse of the current president of France and a woman. She was born Brigitte Tragadeau in Owens, France on April 13, 1953. She is the youngest of 6 children. She gave birth to 3 children from her first marriage to Andre Louis Aussier. If I butcher the name, forgive me. Mrs. Macron is a former teacher. In 2007, she married Emmanuel Macron. 10. Defendant Candace Owens is a citizen of the United States and a resident and dormitory of the state of Tennessee. Due her marriage to George Thomas Stale Farmer, a British citizen, Owens also holds British citizenship, which means she's a British subject. Owens is considered a political commentator and a self-described conservative. Owens hosts a podcast called Candace, which is published on Owens' X account by Candace Owens LLC and on CandaceOwens.com by Georgetown Incorporated and across various other platforms. Owens Owens is a member and a sole manager of Defendant Candace Owens LLC. Owens maintains control of Defendant Georgetown Incorporated. Number 11. Defendant Candace Owens LLC is a limited liability company organized under the laws of the state of Delaware with its headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee. Candace Owens is a sole manager of Candace Owens LLC. The company manages Owens' Facebook and X accounts, and Owens oversees and directs all content published on her social media accounts. She disseminated her false inflammatory statements through Candace Owens LLC. Candace Owens LLC is a pass-through entity named after Owens, which is solely controlled and managed by her. It is legal entity through which Owens operates and manages her social media accounts. She has primarily control over the management of Candace Owens LLC. Number 12. Let me check the chat room real quick. Let me take me a break. I'm gonna take me a break real quick. Oh, let me sip on this water because this is a read. All right, I gotta read this real quick. Gotta wet my lips and my tongue for this because I'm gonna be reading this for a while. let's go right back here. I see Queen Sunkiss, and I see who else is in here? I see yeah, Queen Sunkiss in here. I see Silent J. I see you. Thank y'all for coming. Shout out to you. But let's continue as I sip some of this water. The 12, Defendant Georgetown Inc. is a registered for-profit corporation organized under the laws of the state of Delaware with its headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee. Owens made false inflammatory statements on her podcast, Candace, and published them on her website, CandaceOwens.com, which is operated by Georgetown Incorporated. Owens oversees and directs all content that Georgetown Incorporated published on CandaceOwens.com. Owens is a member or manager of Georgetown Incorporated, and she has the primary control over the management of said organization. 13, non-party. John McHale Triago, if I butcher the name, sorry, is the older brother of Brigitte MACRON. John McHale was born in Amiens, France in February 11, 1945, and he still lives there today. 14, non-party. Xavier Passer is a investigative journalist and editor of the L'Observateur Passer. My French is bad. I'm a Texan, though, by the way. We also teach, we speak French down here too. Anyway, he was a part owner of Hot the Documents, a confidential newsletter that published false and defamatory claims regarding the plaintiff, similar to stated by defendants. Owens claims the writings by Xavier Passer, I can't pronounce the name, inspired her false and defamatory claims. Passer Mustard is Owens' primary source. Excuse me. 15. The non-party Natalia Ray is a investigative journalist who has also spread the same false and defamatory claims about the Macrons. Ray originated the claims in France. As a result, Mrs. Macron prosecute, I don't know why I said prosecute a libel case in France against both Nicole Ray and Renelle Roy. Ray is the key source for Owens and Pascal. Non-party Amini Roy, I think that's me, Adamy. Adamy Roy is a self-proclaimed spiritual medium who interviewed Ray in 2021 and have since deleted for a since deleted YouTube video. In 2021, in a 4-hour interview, Roy and Ray broadcast false and defamatory claims regarding Mrs. Macron, which propelled her libel claim in France. Roy is a leading source for Owens and Pastel. Let's see here. The jurisdiction. Let me sip me some water real quick. Let me sip me some water. Yeah. Look, Candy Kane's in the chat room, and she said, if Tasha K can get sued for her lies, anybody can get it. I wonder how would this will change freedom of speech laws. I hope people like Tommy Sotomayor Angry Man, people like Charleston White, Anton Daniels. I hope they are listening to this because they like to talk shit about Michelle Obama. I hope this goes right back around to them. I hope we open the floodgates. Back to them. Okay. Let me say shout out to people who's in the chat room. V-Dub. I see Femi from the chat. What's going on? I want to see this. Like again, this is like Christmas to me. This is like Christmas to me. So let's go to. Oh my God, this is a 219 page document. The document is 219 pages. I'm on page 7. Anyway, I ain't gonna read the whole damn thing, but we're gonna sit here and read some of this, right? Jurisdiction 17. This court has subject matter jurisdiction over this civil action, and venue is proper in this court under Delaware law. This court has personal jurisdiction over the defendant Candace Owens under Delaware law and the due process clause of the United States Constitution. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. The 14th Amendment. Shh. The 14th Amendment. For you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. Let me leave that part alone. Anyway, because she managed a LLC formed under the Delaware law and the claims relate to the business of limited liability company. Defendant Owens is the manager of Candace Owens LLC and directs, control, or participates materially in the management of Candace Owens LLC. This court has also personal jurisdiction over defendant Owens under Delaware law and the due process clause of the United States Constitution, because plaintiff's claims against her arise from her and her Delaware entities' actions in causing tortious injury to plaintiffs by an act of omission outside of Delaware, as they regularly do or solicited business, engage in persistent course of conduct, and delivers substantive revenue from services or things used or consumed in the state, including subscriptions and related products and services. Moreover, exercising jurisdiction over plaintiff Owens would not offend traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice, because she could have and should not have reasonably foreseen being hauled into court in the state of Delaware, where she formed, managed, and controlled entities she used to commit tortious conduct, and where her entities regularly transact business to account for her tyrannous conduct against plaintiffs. 19. This court has generally personal jurisdiction over defendant Candace Owens LLC under Delaware law and the approved process of the United States Constitution, because it is formed under Delaware law. Exercising jurisdiction over the defendant Candace Owens LLC would not offend traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice, because it could have and should have reasonably foreseen halting in court in the state of Delaware, where it is formed and where it contracts business to account for notorious conduct against the plaintiffs. I don't know why y'all keep repeating this because it was one thing repeated twice, right? You know, let's move on to here. Let's move on to here, right? Faulty factual allegations. All right, let's move on to factual allegations. Oh, by the way, if you want me to make more videos like this, y'all want me to make more videos like this? Yeah, yeah, right here. Yes, 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 yes. Do all that. Do all that. Yeah. This is my Cash App, and this is my Cash App right here. You know, this is the QR code to my Cash App. All right, QR code, and here is my Cash App right here. Okay. Now, thank you for the donations. And shout out to Yeti Black for the donations for last week. And thank for another donation from May. Thank y'all for the donations from last week. Okay. What's going on, Gigi? What's going on with you, lovely? Let's keep it moving, right? Let's keep it moving. Oh, and I'm smiling right now. I'm smiling. Man. Anyway, factual allegations. President Macron rose to power in France embodied a modern dynamic image of leadership. You know what? Let me just roll my eyes at that. That resonates with many citizens. 2021. President Macron was born on December 21st, 1977 in Amiens, France, to Nikolsky Noes, a physician, and Jean-Michel Macron, a neurologist. From an early age, he demonstrated an intellectual curiosity and emotional sensitivity, nurtured in the large part by his close bond with his maternal grandmother, Manine, a school teacher who introduced him to literature and progressive political ideas. 22. President Macron attended Providence, a Jesuit high school in Amiens, where he first met Brigitte Macron, a French and drama teacher. At the time, Mrs. Macron was an accomplished educator and mother of three. Their early interaction were centered around academic mentorship and a shared passion for literature and theater. On April 13th, 1953, in Amiens, not Amiens, Amiens, I think, I can't pronounce the word, France, Mrs. Macron was born Brigitte Tragado, a woman. She is the youngest of 6 children in a prominent chocolate-making family in Amiens. An image of her birth announcement and family photo featured Mrs. Macron as a child below. Okay. Mrs. Macron married her first husband, Andre Luza Azia, in 1974 when she was 21. Sorry, I'm butchering the names up. Forgive me. She has 3 children: Lawrence, Sebastian, and Tiffany. No, not Tiffany. What's this? What's that? Stephanie? Tiffany. Okay. Okay. A photo from Mrs. Macron and Mr. Asher's wedding is below. 25. Mrs. Caron began her career. Let's get back up here. Mrs. Caron began her career teaching in Paris and Strasbourg before joining Providence in the early 1990s. where she taught French and directed the school's theater workshop. Again, this is page 10 out of 219. And I'm gonna stop sooner or later on. Though this the school's theater program, President Macron and Mrs. Macron form a deeper intellectual connection during the school's production of Jafar Jacques and his master. President Macron played the leading role under Mrs. Macron's direction. He later undertook an ambitious rewrite of another play, The Art Economy, to feature roles for more students. Ms. Caron agreed to guide him, and the two met regularly to collaborate on the project. This is kind of weird. All right. Right there's kind of weird, yeah, yeah, this is kind of weird on this part. But let's keep it moving, right? let's keep it moving, right? At all times, the student-teacher relationship between Mrs. Macron and President Macron remained within the bounds of law. I hope so. But when President Macron parents became aware of his strong feelings for his teacher, they decided to transfer him to Lycée Henry IV in Paris. Lycée Henry IV in Paris. Mr. Macron encouraged him to leave, and he was confident that he would fall in love with a peer. Yet before his departure, he told her, "Whatever you do, I will marry you." This is some weird. This is weird. President Macron complete his studies at Lycée Henriette IV, and went on to earn a degree in philosophy from Paris Nanterre University, followed by a master's degree in public affairs from Sciences Po. He then attended the prestigious the National Administration, ENA, which trains France's top civil servants. After graduating, he began his career as a finance inspector for the France Ministry of Economy and Finance. Over the years, the President Macron and Mrs. Macron kept in touch, and their love deepened. In 2006, Mrs. Macron divorced her first husband. And in 2007, she married President Macron. Their relationship has remained strong and supportive, marked by a deep intellectual partnership. If you say so, wait a minute. In 2008, President Macron joined Rothschilds and C. Banquet as an investment banker, where he achieved noticeable success. His public service career resumed in 2012 when he joined President Marquis Lauden's administration as Deputy State of Chief of Staff and Economic Advisor. And in 2014, he was appointed Minister of the Economy, where he implemented key economic reforms, later known as Macron's Law. As Holloway's popularity declined amid economic difficulties and rising nationalism, President Macron began to distinguish his platform from that of a city administration. He recognized the need for a new centrist movement to address the challenges of the moment. In 2016, he founded the political movement La Marche, which means forward in English, which he describes as a democratic revolution. Later that year, he resigned from his ministerial post and declared his candidacy for president. His campaign emphasized a pro-European centrist policies and quickly gained national momentum. Mrs. Caron joined her husband on the campaign trail, acting as a central figure and key advisor to his campaign following the first rounds of elections in April 2017. President Macron publicly credited Mrs. Macron for his success, saying, "Without her, I wouldn't be me." He went on to win the presidency in May 2017. Okay, we are going to, so I'm not going to read all of this. The link of this is in the description box, right? The link of all of this is in the description box. Candace Owens, you about to get it. I'm laughing at this. I'm laughing at all of this. All was in this court document. And it's 219 pages. And I'm on page 16, scrolling, Okay, I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad this is put up. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Let me read this about Candace Owens then. Yeah, I have to scroll down for the Candace Owens part. Yeah. I got to. Yeah, exactly. Why any of that isn't? Yeah, exactly, Candace. Why is any of that isn't as part of the lawsuit? Why this is part of the lawsuit? Because that was weird. Why put that in that lawsuit? I married my school teacher who was 23 years older than me. That's not. Listen, that part, putting that part in the lawsuit, that's damning. You're actually damning your own case by saying that your wife was grooming you when you was a kid. The lawyer going to sit there and say, Candace's Owens' lawyer going to say, well, Mr. Macron, you went ahead and groomed your husband when he was a child while you was his student. You know though that's about to pop up. Oh, look, teacher said, yeah. Now listening while I work. What's going on, Pure Butterfly? Yeah, yes. V-Dub is laughing. Wait a minute. We got to. Now we on the Candace Owens part, right? Now I did not read all of this. I read the first part. I ain't read all of this. But let me say this straight up. I said something 8 years ago. Some of y'all remember me. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. Didn't I say if something happened to Candace that a legal brief might be filed? Didn't I say that when Candace Owens was saying a lot of bullshit in 2015 with that website called when she what's it called? socialautopsy.com. I might want to go in my files and dig up that legal brief I've been trying to make. I might have to join in on this. Let me see if I still got it. Let me see if I still got that legal brief. I also got a legal brief from Sin City G too. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Oh, God is good, man. God, listen. This is a good opportunity. So let's move up. Yeah. Let's move up to the Candace Owens part. Let's move up to the Candace Owens part. Yeah. Enough with the MACRONs. Let's go on the Candace Owens part on page 15. Oh, somebody get Trio Logic in this. I'm gonna tag Trio Logic, okay? I'm gonna get her involved in this. Anyway, shout out to Trio Logic. And where is David Carroll when you need him? Owens is a far-right conspiracy theorist who thrives on making outrageous claims, portraying shock value and follower growth over true or responsible discourse. 42. Owens did not always espouse extreme right-wing ideas. She was born on White Plains, New York, and raised in Stamford, Connecticut. She Owens graduated from Stanford High School in 2007 and attended University of Rhode Island before leaving due to financial issues. Following her departure from university, Owens completed an internship at Vogue magazine and was later hired as administrative assistant at a private equity firm in New York. In 2015, and that's when I know her on YouTube, when she used to go by the thing called Red Pill Black. Wait a minute. She completed an internship. And in 2015, she left the financial sector to start a marketing agency called Agree 180. Agree 180's website featured a blog that gained notoriety for publishing a progressive, anti-conservative, and anti-Trump content, exact opposite of her current views. Ricky Matter, you might want to jump on this. You might want to jump on this too. 44. All that changed in 2016 when Owens launched socialautopsy.com, a website that aimed to expose individuals responsible for online harassment by publishing their identities. The project was widely condemned across the political spectrum, both conservative and progressive voices expressing concerns over privacy and potential misuse. In retaliation, critics shared Owens' personal information online. Owens attributed a widespread criticism and retaliation efforts to two progressives who had attempted to convince Owens to abandon the project. While Owens was being criticized by those who share her beliefs, she received support from prominent figures associated with the far right. Owens publicly stated it was the catalyst for her ideological shift, remarking, "I became conservative overnight," which means, though, I can be bought. In late 2016, she began expressing support for Donald Trump's presidential run. In 2017, she completely hold on. Yeah. Somebody tag Tree of Logic. I heard Epstein Lord found peer. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw it in the news. Epstein's lawyer was found dead. Yeah. Yeah. the grift is not always the answer. I hope this begins the era of the end of the grift. So she was initially against Trump, then she got paid. Yes, yes. I've been saying that, Pierre. Nobody listened to what I said. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for years, Pierre. You can go back to my older videos in 2015, 2016, and 2017. I've been saying that, and nobody listened to what I said. Now listen. Anyway, let me find my place. Let me find my place where I was at. By 2017, Owens completely flipped political sides, aggressively ramping up her online criticism of liberal ideology and policy through her YouTube channel. She further amplified her voice and new profound point of view to young conservatives through her role as communications director of Turning Point USA, a nonprofit organization that advocates for conservative ideas on high school and college campuses nationwide. And here is where I came for. 46 is where I came for. Oh, yes, yes. In 2019, Owens founded Blixit, a movement that encouraged Black Americans to leave the Democratic Party. Let me stop right there. She stole that. She didn't found that. She stole that from a woman in Detroit. Because the original Blixit movement was about Black people moving their money out of corporate banks into Black-owned banks. So she stole the name and stole the movement from a woman in Detroit. I might want to talk to what's his name from Detroit, Gabe Abe, on that. I might want to talk to Gabe Abe because we got to find who this woman is. I want to interview her. Anyway, where was she at? That same year, she launched the Candace Owens Show, a podcast on YouTube, where she interviewed conservative figures. In August 2019, she married George Farmer, a British citizen and the son of Lord Michael Farmer, a former treasurer of the Conservative Party. When the couple met in December of 2018, George Farmer was chairman of Turning Point UK and later became CEO of Parler, a far-right social media platform. And I used to be on that platform, by the way. Used to be on there. 47. As her visibility grew, she also became further in French far-right politics. She was invited to be the headline speaker at the convention de la Tola in Paris in September 2019. The convention was organized by associates of Marion Macron, the niece of Marine Le Pen, the President Macron's political adversary. During her speech, Owens criticized President Macron, calling him a weak leader. Shortly after the event, she tagged Macron in a comment to an X post showing a video of the two speaking. In the near future, there will be a deeper alliance between France and the United States. Thank you at Mariam Macau for widening my understanding of the challenges faced by France today. Maricao replied favorably, thanking for her courage. Owens' criticism of President Macron's continued and increased after the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. Over the years, Owens' network had included prominent conservative figures for their extreme and conspiratorial rhetoric, such as Charlie Kirk, Alex Jones, Nigel Farage, and even Kanye West. During the Paris Fashion Week In fall of 2022, she appeared with West wearing the controversial White Lives Matter t-shirt slogan condemned by civil rights groups as a white supremacist response to the Black Lives Matter movement. West posted a video of him and Owens wearing the shirts with a caption, everybody knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome. Around this time, West announced plans to buy Parler, Farmer's company. The deal collapsed shortly after Adidas canceled its contract with West for making anti-Semitic comments. In 2021, Owens joined the Daily Wire, where she hosted her talk show, Candace Owens, until her departure in 2014. Owens left the Daily Wire in March 2024 following a public clash with co-founder Ben Shapiro over her increasingly anti-Semitic rhetoric. And in the wake of October the 7th Hamas attack on Israel, Owens voiced a strong pro-Palestinian and anti-Israel sentiments. Her commentary escalate from political criticism over anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, and on her talk show, Owen alleged that the secret Jewish gangs committed horrific acts in Hollywood, and on social media, she repeated the long debunked blood libel myth that the Jewish people drank the blood of Christian children. These comments justifiably received widespread condemnation. Following her departure from the Daily Wire, Candace did not slow down. In fact, she seized the opportunity to become even more extreme. In June 2024, she independently relaunched her talk show under the name Candace on YouTube. And in September, she posted an interview with Kanye West, during which both claimed that the Jewish people controlled the media. YouTube removed the video and suspended and demonetized her channel for violating hate speech policies. Despite this, Owens persists in promoting conspiracy theories, including calling calling Nazi medical experimentation on Jewish people during the Holocaust bizarre propaganda. These actions led the Australian government to deny her visa in 2025, citing a risk that her presence could incite discord and concluding that Australia's natural interest is best served when Candace is somewhere else. Despite the defamatory and demonstrably false nature of many of her public statements, Owens' audience has continued to grow. As of July 2025, this month, Owens has over 47 million subscribers on YouTube, and her videos have garnered millions of views. She has 6.9 million followers on X. Okay. Let me see. How long I've been on here? How long I've been on here? Yeah. How long? Okay, I've been here for like 59 minutes. Okay, 59 minutes and 14 seconds. Okay, let me just keep on going. Right? Let me just keep on going for a little while. A little bit under the hour. We at 1:20 p.m. Central Time. Owens repeats outlandish claims that Brigitte MACRON was born a man on the Daily Wire precisely because she knew its shock value would boost her visibility. In March 2024, just prior to her departure from the Daily Wire, Owens began promoting the false claim that Mrs. MACRON was born a man. On March 11, 2024, 2024, Owens published an episode of her Daily Wire podcast, Candace Owens, entitled Insane. This is the biggest political scandal in human history, which she reported on Brigitte Macron's conspiracy theory that was making its way through the courts in France. Owens was the first to bring this theory to the U.S. media and to the global audience. That same day, defendants announced the video in an X post, repeating it is the biggest scandal ever happened in politics in human history. And I guess this is the post right here on her Twitter, right? No, I'm sorry. That's not her Twitter. That's her. Yeah, wait. Is that her Twitter? That's her YouTube. Oh, her Twitter. Yeah, right there's Twitter. Let's go to 53 here, right? Owens claimed that she learned about this theory from the 2021 debunking story published by Daily Mail. Owens falsely claimed the article was recent, despite it being published more than 3 years ago, likely to appear that she just happened to be, upon this story rather than searching for a seditious, not seditious. What is that? What is that? Salacious. Searching for a salacious conspiracy to increase viewership. Shockingly, Owens claimed there was no debunking whatsoever. But that is false. The article included multiple photos of Mrs. MACRON as a child and informed the separate journalists who met both Mrs. MACRON's brother, John Michael, and Mrs. MACRON's late ex-husband. Owens admit these facts. The next day, Owens followed up with another defamatory X post where she said she would stake her entire professional reputation on the fact that Bridget MACRON is a man. And this is a Twitter post. On March 13, 2024, Owens released another episode of Candace Owens titled Media Meltdown. France First Lady Exposed, repeating and expanding on false claims. From the start, Owens could not keep her story straight. For example, on Owens' March 21st, 2024 appearance on a nationally syndicated radio show, The Breakfast Club radio show, she said that Macrons tried to sell to the press a fake photo which got debunked. It was actually John McHale's daughter. I think that was her niece. She, the first lady's niece. She never repeated his claim because it was demonstrably false. After Owens was dismissed from the Daily Wire on March 22nd, 2024, the outlet did the right thing and immediately removed Owens' March 11th and 13th. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Yeah, March 13th and 11 and 13. Episodes. Okay, here it is. Episodes, but which remains available online and on other platforms. Fired from the Daily Wire and faced with clear evidence debunking her claims, and Owens continues to push the conspiracy now from her own podcast. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. I want Michelle to go after Tommy and Charleston White, Anton Daniels, or City and Ali, Mumba City Ali. I want Michelle to go after Joe Pags, uh, Glenn Beck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Following following them Uncle White dudes on Twitter, she would get cooked. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ask Tommy Sotomayor. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let me just keep on reading this. 59. Despite the exclusive and publicly available evidence confirming the truth about the Macron's um, identities and history, Owens persists in spreading her false and defamatory allegations, even after her termination from the Daily Wire, reportedly due in part to her repeated disinsemination of baseless conspiracy theories. Owens shows no sign of retracting or tempering her allegations. She continued promoting her preconceived narrative undeterred by professional consequences and contradictory facts. Plaintiffs launched Owens' independent podcast titled Candace on June 10th, 2024. Knowing her false claims about the Macrons have caught fire in March, Owens seized the moment, recycling them, starting from the very day she premiered Candace. Defendants took to X declaring Mrs. Macron was a man, fueled by sensational claims. The show quickly gained attention, earning the second spot of the Edison Research top list, no, list of the top new podcasts of 2024. And this is what she was saying right here. A man, yeah. Yeah, this is a screenshot. Yeah, facts matter, y'all. Facts matter. Facts matter, not your opinion. Tell it to you manager nuts. To you MGTOW idiots. Anyway, where was I at? On June 12th, 2024, Owens appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored to push more false and defamatory claims about the Macrons. Claims even Piers Morgan, known for his provocative style, dismissed as absurd. Owens doubted. Owens, I don't know why I doubted. Doubled down the next day by republishing clips from the interview, repeating her false allegations on the June 13th episode of Candace. Wait a minute. Let me pull back this. Recognizing that her false claim about the Macrons were drawing significant attention, Owens escalated further. And on June 17th, 2024, the defendants released an episode titled "So Is Brigitte Macron a Man?" to repeat the discredit allegation from Owens' March episodes, which has been deleted by the Daily Wire. Seeking to drive traffic to her new venture and explain her claims, Owens opened by warning that the Macrons were going to come for her life. Well, basically they are right now. They want your money. You might be in the poorhouse. Might be a single mother in the poor with four kids, Candace. She then repeated the category false claims that the Macrons had deployed the Secret Service to intimidate and detain journalists to hide the truth of Mrs. Caron's transition and identity death. Finally, she linked these allegations to a broader and equally baseless conspiracy theory that the world is being run by a gang of satanic pedophiles masquerading as Jewish people. Projecting the claim, projecting, Owens claimed the Macrons were not behaving in ways one does when not telling the truth. She claimed there was no photos from the first 30 years of Mrs. Macron's life, but retracted herself just moments later by admitting those phone photos of the Mrs. of a young Mrs. Macron has been released. She just that believed they were real. The clips kept coming, so Mrs. Owens kept going, seizing every opportunity to promote her salacious claims. Defendants released another episode mentioning the conspiracy on June 26, 2024. And on July 1st, 2024, Owens repeat her false claim in an episode encouraging viewers to reject scientific findings in favor of following her gut. And on July 7th, 2024, Owens present these false claims on the Jimmy Dore, the Jimmy Dore show. Jimmy Dore is a stand-up comedian turned political commentator who regularly promote conspiracy theories. Defendants went so far to create and sell merchandise to promote these claims. And on July 8, 2024, the defendants posted a photo on X of Owens in a t-shirt showcasing a fake Time Magazine Man of the Year cover featuring Mrs. Macron. The shirt sold out. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Hold on. Let me sip some of this water real quick. I might have to continue this. I might want to. Well, I ran out of Mountain Dew. I ran out of lemonade, and I ran out of root beer, so I got this water. So I ran out of everything. I might have to go back to grocery store because I forgot all the drinks. Okay, let's continue. This is her wearing the shirt with the Time Magazine, or the Man of the Year thing, right? So, 66. Candace went so far to claim that the 2024 Olympic opening ceremony, a tribute to Greek mythology, was designed to honor BRIGITTE MACRON because she is transgender. This claim is not only absurd but self-defeating. Owens also insists Mrs. Macron's biological sex is a state secret, making such a tribute impossible even by her logic. She then escalated her rhetoric, falsely alleging that the Macrons are part of a very small group of elite oligarchs who routinely practice homosexuality and pedophilia, believe in the Baphomet, and worship a transgendered deity that controls the world. This is yet another baseless, inherent, implausible claim contradicted by public evidence and common sense. 68. Owens bolstered this claim by reposting on X a takedown of an opening ceremony and Mrs. Macron by another provocative figure, Archbishop Gregorio, who had just been excommunicated from the Catholic Church. Yet again, searching for the most controversial spin, Owens posted on X that Bridget MACRON is a transvestite, calling it a demonic state secret, and falsely claimed that Mrs. MACRON is a rapist, quote unquote. Owens used the suspicious, conspicuous tag hashtag Christ is King to garner more attention. Yeah, Christ is King, right? How you going to invoke the Lord's name when you are bearing false witness? It said in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not bear false witness. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Continue to capitalize on the attention of sensational figures and known liars. Owens published a post by Alex Jones, a notorious defamer who owes $1.5 billion to the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims for his malicious lies and repeated false allegations. Jones is one of the most unreliable sources imaginable. Owens state that Bridget MACRON was born John Michael Tragado. He lived as a man for about 30 years before transitioning into Bridget. While he lived as a man, he fathered 3 children. Again, Owens tag hashtag Christ is King. Yet again, aligned with the most controversial figures, defendants brought on Andrew Tate. Here we go, the manosphere link. See, we're linking the manosphere to this. Yay. Yay. We're linking the manosphere. Yes. Yes. Yes, they're linking the manosphere. Good, good. After Andrew Tate, you take out after Andrew Tate, you take out Fresh and Fit, and you go from there. Yay! I'm glad they put Andrew Tate in the court document. Anyway, let's keep it moving. And this will prove the manosphere red pill conservative pipeline, the fascist pipeline. Let's keep it moving. Yet aligned with the most controversial figures, defendants brought on Andrew Tate, a self-proclaimed misogynistic charged with rape, quote unquote, and human trafficking. Owens proved that no amount of credible evidence would convince her to abandon her preconceived narrative when she platformed Tate's claim that the French election was rigged like the 2020 election in the United States. Owens went further, claiming that the Macrons were being blackmailed and were being selected for the position. She dismissed all critics by saying the Matrix is targeting her for exposing the supposed homosexuality and pedophilia taking place in the world. On August 30th, 2024, and I want y'all to share this, y'all. I want y'all to share this, right? In August 30th, 2024, Owens interviewed Postert, a publisher of the defamatory Folie the Documents series on Mrs. Macron, and Postert became Owens' primary source and quite possibly her only source for her future reporting. And in the interview, Owens and Postert agreed that the Macrons were perpetrating fraud regarding Mr. Macron's identity and President Macron's political independence and integrity. They further claim that Mrs. Macron's nephew resembles President Macron and referred that the Macron's relationship was uh, incest. Um, Pastor directly accused Mr. Macron of abuse of a minor, impersonation, and identity theft. Owens endorsed and adapt and expand on these claims, linking them to her broader conspiracy theory involving an extensive network of satanic pedophiles, pedos. Every time Owens faced consequences for repeating repeating these outrageous allegations, she refused to take responsibility or instead cast herself as a victim and blame others. For example, on September 11, 2024, defendants embodied embedded, I don't know why I say embodied, embedded the August 30th episode in an X post claiming that YouTube reviewed the video for exposing the media's complicity in covering up pedophilia, and the truth that is that Owens did not abide by YouTube's content monetization policies, which are designed to guard against misinformation and hate speech. Woo! Yeah. Let me continue on a little bit more. What's going on, love, wisdom? What's going on, love, wisdom? What's going on with you? Let's continue. The Macrons flatly debunked the conspiracy in a retraction demand to Owens, but she mocks their response, ignores the facts, and doubled down even with more reckless claims. 73. Macron, through their counsel, sent a detailed retraction demand demand letter to Owens via email on December the 3rd, 2024. The December retraction demand explained the falsity of Owens' defamatory statements and include an abundance of evidence that Miss Macron was born a woman named Brigitte Tragado. I think it was Tragado or Tragado. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. She was not a blood relative of President Macron, and that the Macrons were not being controlled or blackmailed by any group of people. Owens did not respond to the December 3rd mail. Owens then repeatedly ignored multiple additional attempts by the Macrons to engage. The Macrons sent a follow-up email on December 18, 2024, which went unanswered. And on January 8, 2025, the Macrons contacted Owens' former legal counsel to facilitate communication, but received no response. Next, the Macrons attempted to personally serve the December retraction demand on January 9th, 2025, but was first ignored, then blocked by Owens' counsel, who ultimately agreed to accept service by email. The December retraction demand explicitly denied each of Owens' claims and present evidence that consistently. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. Let's prove them. The December retraction demand reminded Owens that the very Daily Mail article she cited as support for her conspiracies told readers that the Courrier Picard, a daily newspaper in Annemasse, France, Mrs. Caron's hometown, include Mrs. Caron's birth announcement. The birth announcement states that Bridget Tragago was born on April 13th, 1953, and that her siblings Anne Marie, John, Jean Claude, Mary Vonnie, Monique, and John Cusot Troubadour had great joy in announcing the arrival of their little sister, Bridget. Defendants knew this information, but Owens omitted from her series precisely because it contradicted the preconceived narrative she intended to tell. This omission was deliberate and is evidence of actual malice. The December retraction demand reminds Candace Owens that in additional to the first communication photo, no, it's not communication, communion photo and family photo, there are additional publicly available photos of Mrs. MACRON as a child. And in one photo, Mrs. MACRON is playing in the garden as a young girl. This photo was mentioned in 2021 Daily Mail debunking the article and December retraction demand, but Owens never shared it with her viewers because it does not fit her preconceived narrative. Yes, yes. She is getting sued. She is getting sued, Pure. And I hope Michelle Obama follows suit. I hope Michelle does that to Tommy Sotomayor. I hope Michelle Obama take this as a way to go after Anton. I hope Michelle go after Glenn Beck. I hope Michelle go after Mark Levin. I hope Michelle use this to go after Charleston White. The lawsuit's not dead in the water, man. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I want to see this. I want to see this happen. Well, May, I'm at page. Well, what page am I at? I'm at page 33 of a 219-page lawsuit document. I'm not going to read it all. I'm not. I'm not going to read. Going to read all of it. I'm going to read what she being accused of, and that's it. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to read the entire thing. The December retraction demand remind Owens that publicly available photo exists of Mr. Azur from his wedding to Mrs. MACRON. Since then, Candace has found at least one additional photo drew her relationship with Xavier Pasteur. To discredit this photo, Owens claimed that the subjects are not Mr. Azur and Mrs. MACRON, but John Louis Azur was his first wife, Susan Sprague. The December retraction demand reminded Owens that John Lewis debunked his claim, citing, when Andre Lewis got married, I was 8 years older, and I was working in Germany. There may be a slight family resemblance, but that's not to say we are the same person. Indeed, John Lewis had testified in French court that the photo is not of him and won defamation claim against Ray and Joy on that basis. Owens was confronted with this information and hold on, and she changed her theory rather than accept this photo for what it is, the image of Mrs. MACRON from her first marriage to Mr. Sure. Owens co-authored a news story. She changed the course in the series to claim that Mr. Assure is in the photo, but Miss MACRON is not. Instead, Owens claimed it was another woman named Brigitte Tragado, and that Ms. MACRON refused to verify that the image was of her. Another lie. Man. Yes. 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 Candace was implying that the president is her brother or her cousin or something, or her nephew. She was implying that the president was her nephew, implying incest. That was on page 27, I think. You know, Trudeau. Trudeau. That doesn't sound like a Trudeau because Trudeau spelled they're different. Spelled they're different. So yeah, she was implying that it was an incest relationship. So yeah, some that she was the uncle, she was a man that turned herself to a woman, and then he was the nephew. Oh, she made a joke. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, some of this is about, I'm not gonna read the entire thing because it's 219 pages. I'm barely at 40. All right, I'm barely at 40. You know, yeah, she got Tucker Carlson. Yeah, Tucker Carlson is in this. Yeah, that's on page 41. Let me see. Yeah, screenshots. Yeah, yeah. More screenshots of the lie and the rumors. It's on her. The screenshot in Candace Owens uh Twitter account. French government confirms President Macron was raped. That was on the Twitter account. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm not. So I'm at page 141. Page 141. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead. Count nine, the defamation episode of February 7, 2025. Let me see what these counts are. Let me see what the counts are. False light episode, count 8. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Count 9. Let me see how many counts. Which is this lawsuit? That's 8, 9. Let me see. Count 10. Count 11. That's at page 151, I believe. That's 10 counts so far. Oh, no, there's 11. I'm sorry, there's 11. 12. That's at page 158. And it's all over here. I'm not gonna read all of this because it's too much. It's too count 13 at page 163. Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down here. Let me see how many counts is in this lawsuit. Count 14 on page 168. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Count 15 on page 174. Count 16 on page 179. Again, I'm not gonna read all of this. 184 is count 17 in the lawsuit. We're gonna scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. This lawsuit. 190 is count 18th on the defamation episode 6. That's on 190, page 90. So the Twitter accounts, posts, and what may have you. Page 19, that's on 195. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. 201, count 20. Count 21, that's on page 207. Yes, come on. I mean, count 22, page 213. Prayer for relief. Hold on. Here is the okay. Hold on. So yeah, so a prayer for relief. Wherefore the plaintiffs respectively request that the court enter judgment in the plaintiff's favor and against the defendants jointly and severally as follows: rewarding the MACRON's actual and presumed damages to be specifically determined at trial. H. Reward the MACRON's punitive and/or expiatory damages. Rewarding the MACRON's all cost disbursements, fees, and interest as authorized by law. And J. Such other and additional remedies as the court may deem just and proper. The jury trial is demanded, and that is right here. Here's the law firm at the page 219. This is the law firm of the council. This is dated today, this morning, around like 7 o'clock this morning, I believe. Dated, or should have been last night. July 23rd, 2025. Respectively submitted of counsel Thomas A. McClare, PC. Y'all see it right here, y'all. Y'all see it right here. The telephone, emails. One's from Virginia, the other one's from Delaware. The attorneys for the plaintiffs. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, listen, pure like all this info is like watching golf, it's a sleeper. I know. Listen, watching golf, why watching golf is is boring. When you play it, it's exciting. Okay? Watching golf is boring. Playing it is exciting. I'm just want to see Candace be taken down. That's all. I want Candace. I just want Candace to be taken down. And I've been wanting this for 10 years. Okay. I've been wanting to see Candace be taken down for 10 years. Okay. Golf is better than curling. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. 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 Golf. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm laughing at this though, man. There's a smile on my face, man. There's a smile on my face, and and this is good news. This right here is good news, and thank you to the people on Discord for watching. Those of y'all who's on Thai Cities Discord, thank y'all for watching me over here. Thank y'all for watching me on Rumble. Thank y'all for watching on YouTube, and thank y'all for watching on Twitter, on my Twitter account. So no, I just want to see black conservatives to get their wake up call. That's all I want. I want to see. I want to see black conservatives to get the wake up. This is what y'all get for flirting with fascists. Okay, y'all get this for flirting with fascists. So I hope that Michelle. Okay, I hope that Michelle will take this and go after Anton, Tommy Sotomayor, the black manosphere as a whole, especially Obsidian, um, Glenn Beck, Mark Levin, and those white conservative rated who and who want to uh perpetrate those sheaves that Michelle Obama's a man. Go after them too, because time to go back to the era of respectable politics. That's what I want the return of of what's normal. The return to normalcy. Oh no! There is a pipeline to the manosphere to Candace. There is a pipeline. There is a pipeline. And and I was angry at Candace when she was a liberal. See, Candace, Candace wants see Candace you used to be go by the name. Those of us who've been here a very long time know who Candace Owens was. She went by a YouTube channel called Red Pill Black when she was a pro-black back to Africa, red ball, green ball. She was like your psychopathist. She was like your Renee's, and she was like those like those clowns that you see on who hang around with Q butter, right? She around with those types. Then those she became all conservative all of a sudden. See, I remember. No, Kelly Ray. There is a reason why. Because I saw a lot of dirt being because no, it's twofold, Kelly. It's twofold. There is a twofold. Actually, there is three, but There is a twofold issue, right? You're making boys. See, some people think I'm against the manosphere because of the women. No, fuck the women, right? I'm against the manosphere because what they're gonna do, the boys. They're turning boys into radicals. They got to be stopped. See, the thing is, you never been into the MGTOW red pill space and just watching young men be radicalized into hating women. It's one thing to be angry about your wife, your girlfriend. It's one thing to be angry about um Gamergate. It's one thing to be angry about, you know, how women in the dating world is this, but to sit there and use your personal issues and then take it out on every woman imaginable. I consider y'all as a threat. I consider the manosphere as a threat because they're radicalizing young boys to victimize young girls. I said young girls are being taught. No, young boys are being taught to victimize young girls by the rhetoric, by 20 years of rhetoric on YouTube. That's one. The second thing, it led to another reason why I want the manosphere gone. Because what happened in 2016 when Kristen Carazine's daughter was stalked by Flint Town boy. I think that's the name, who went from one state to another harassing this female content creators and female content creators' children. I want that. That should have been stopped a long time ago. And then the actions of Obsidian and how people defended Obsidian's illegal activity over the course of the past 8 years. Obsidian had done a lot of evil shit in this space. And every time somebody try to call it out, they form like Voltron around him and Anger Man. Yes, I said it. And also, the third thing, they are a hate group. I want an investigation on YouTube and Google why they keep propping up these manosphere channels. And there is a pipeline between Candace Owens and the manosphere because Just Pearly Things and Candace, even though Just Pearly Things and Candace don't like each other, they are funded by the same people. I follow the money. It's time to make things right again. I don't give a flying fuck. Oh yes, I am. Yes, I am. The Umar sector, the Q butter. Well, I don't have no problems with Q butter. I don't have no personal issues with him. Even though I don't like them New York niggas. I don't like the pro black and the country community Negroes either. I don't like them either. I stand alone. Shit, I stand by my damn self. I pick no fucking team and no fucking clique. For real. But like I said, I want respect to come back to American discourse. All this lying and shit, you know, people who lie and just keep on getting away with. No. You asking to get hurt. You got somebody on YouTube harassing and stalking a homeless woman. Do y'all want me to get on that? Because that's a female harassing another female, a woman harassing another woman just because she's homeless. We got that bullshit going on. See, YouTube should have checked that. That should have pumped the brakes on that. Oh, you saw that too, huh? You saw that. See, she's getting sued as we speak. Her damn self for doing that shit. You don't harass a woman who's homeless and then this homeless woman was at a gym and y'all called the gym to get rid of her ass. She's about to get sued too. It needs to stop. Obsidian should have been stopped a long time ago. And that shit with this woman doing, it needs to be stopped too. We're not gonna say her name over here. We're not gonna say her name because she's gonna play victim over here. And say, she's gonna say that Big J and Pure Butterfly done something. That's what she is going to do. That's the next thing she is going to do over there. That's why I kicked her ass to the fucking curve last year. Yeah, we ain't saying her name over here. Because I kicked her ass to the fucking curve last year. And everybody would say, well, Big J, you're wrong. Why you do that, Big J? Why you do that, Big J? Whoa. No, you don't know her like I know her. I kick people to the curb for a fucking reason. First of all, I demand fucking respect. And let me talk about female manipulation real quick. Because some of y'all might say, Big J, you about to go red pill. Oh, Big J, you about to go red pill. Oh, yes, I'm about to. I'm about to go red pill on this shit. Some of you women need to stop saying, oh, I like you. Big J, we like you. No, liking and respecting are two fucking different things. Don't smile in my fucking face telling me we like you, Big J. And I ain't just talking about her either. There's some other women I'm going to tell this shit to. Some of them on Bomb's channel. Don't you dare say you like me and at the same goddamn time you disrespecting me. I'd rather be respected than liked. Now, as for her, every beef I got with was of me defending her. Most of my beefs started because I defended her ass. As soon as everybody's fighting on her fucking behalf, she goes on to the next person. While we still windmilling for her. That's why I kicked her ass to the fucking curb. I did that 3 times to her ass. This is when you take trolling too damn far. That added too much stress to me. I got flagged. behind her bullshit. I got to monetize 3 times behind her bullshit. Me and Pure defended her for years, and all we did was windmilling for her, saying it. Why you attacking her? Why you attacking her? Ain't no man. Why y'all dogpiling on her? All I had to do is sit back and watch what was going on, and I see what was going on. And then everybody saying, Big J, that wasn't right for you to kick her to the curve back in September of 2024. Don't claim you like me. Like and love don't mean a fucking thing to me. Respect does. Most men would tell you women respect before love, because the thing is, if you really about love, then you got to respect them too. No, see, no. I didn't say that. I said, as a result of me defending her, I got struck. As a result of me defending her, I got struck. I ain't said though she struck my channel. I said me defending her, I got my channel struck. Yeah. You're like that crazy ass that crazy white woman. Yeah. All that bullshit that's going on. We all windmilled. And I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm gonna speak for myself. I got hurt. My channel got hurt because of that shit. And no, it wasn't on some simp ass, oh, I'm trying to get with her, trying to get in bed with this girl. I didn't want her. The fact that I defended you, and then you sit there and just kept putting people in these positions. And that's why I said to a lot of you women, I'm not your shoulder to cry on. To some of you on here, I'm not your shoulder to cry on. And I'm being, some of y'all calling me an asshole for saying that. No, I'm not. I'm being fucking direct. Go to them old ass niggas over there. If y'all want protection, go to them old niggas over there who made those videos about protecting black, protecting women. Because they don't know what the fuck going on behind the scenes. Y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm talking about to them old Negroes who protecting these women online. You don't know shit what's going on behind the scenes. They tell you something and you sit there and believe the shit. That's why I don't go to old dude's channel no more. Behind her ass. Behind her and the other female. Stop taking up for women just because they're women. Because some of these women on here are trying to manipulate shit. And Rude Imp was right. Rude was right. Big J should have got a bigger channel by now. Yes, Rude. You're right. You're right, Rude. I should have had a bigger channel by now. With all the interviews I be doing. This channel should not be no 2,163 subs. While Anger Man got all this bullshit. This channel should have got bigger because I defended some of you, some of these people on here. I ain't talking about y'all in the chat room. I'm not talking about y'all in the chat room. I want y'all to follow me where I'm going. I defended some of y'all. All y'all do is shit in my fucking face. Farted in my face. But then y'all acting fucking confused on why I snapped on your ass. See, let me tell you something. I'm no blue pill simp. I'm not trying to get up in your panties because some of y'all are not that appealing to me. And if I really want any of you women, I would email y'all. Because I do got some of y'all's emails. If I really want to talk to y'all on that level, I would email y'all. Let's get that plain and simple around here. I demand that fucking respect. I don't give a fuck whether you say you like me or not. I hope we got that clear over here. That's why you don't see me on Bomb's channel no more. That's why you don't see me on Melody's channel anymore. That's why you don't see me on some of y'all's channels. Now I was on Auntie's channel last night because something needed to be said on Auntie's channel last night. It needed to be said. I'm over here. See, the thing is, I can't stand with these manosphere nuts dogpiling on women, and then y'all think, oh, we're going to use Big J as a shield, but when Big J, when Big J is no longer useful, we can just toss him to the side. That's why I said fuck you and fuck them over there too. Fuck the manosphere and fuck the sisterhood. Yeah, I said it. Because all of y'all are hurt. Y'all was promised, y'all was promised in y'all's youth, and the promise did not fulfill itself. Y'all was promised love and loyalty. It did not receive neither. Hold on. I email response to your email this morning. Did you read? No, I haven't yet. No, I haven't yet, but I will. I will after this because I gotta do this rant. I gotta do this rant because I'm letting some of this shit off my chest, right? I'm gonna let this shit off my chest. And let me say this to that MGTOW idiot. This is not about protecting women. This is about protecting boys in the future. There's little boys and little girls. Little girls are gonna be victimized by little boys that you tell them that all women are suckless, trash, hoes, bitches, sluts. Those young boys who listen to us now. That's why I tell you niggas, drop that manosphere bullshit. Drop that red pill crap. You're over the age of 35. You got no fucking business red pill raging at age 35, 40 years old over something that happened to you in high school. You need to drop it. because it's no longer about you anymore. Your message is like a fucking virus. It needs to be stopped. But Pierre, Mary was loyal. Mary understood. Mary understood. Mary was going to get stoned. And the Lord came in, told the Pharisees, oh, wait, those who cast the first stone should. And then Mary understood to be loyal at this point. Yeah, the point is he had to stop those men. Yeah. And it's like what I said. It's like what I said last night on Auntie's channel. I said this on Auntie's channel because Auntie was going off on bomb, right? So I said this last night. I said, listen, I don't want to hear nobody, and I'm talking about the women here. I don't want to hear nobody complain to me about Jay Prince. Don't complain to me about Jay Prince because you're entertaining Jay Prince. Any other man have a lot of men have a problem with Jay Prince. But you women will complain about Jay Prince abusing his wife, his ex-wife Flora. Y'all will complain about Jay Prince slapping his children in the middle of a store. Y'all will complain about Jay Prince making threats to his children on live streams. But y'all give him donations. Y'all give him shine on these YouTube streets. So next time when Jay Prince popped off, like he did this 10, 12 other times, don't come to any other man telling the other man, oh, well, Jay Prince ain't shit. We all know Jay Prince ain't shit. Jay Prince for president is a walking stereotype. But you got a problem with Auntie. You got a problem with Big J Triple X. You got a problem with Gabe A. You got a problem with Man of Tomorrow. You got a problem with Mike V. You got a problem with the Black Brain Trust. You got a problem with any man of substance. But y'all want to mammy a punk nigga like Jay Prince. That's why I said last year, I am not your shoulder to cry on. I'm not. I demand fucking respect at all fucking times. Because y'all watch too many of those fucking ass Tyler Perry movies. And y'all think black life, because you're black and he's black and my black ass is black, you think things is like a Tyler Perry movie. My life is not a Tyler Perry movie. I try to tell that to Sharon and Brownsville. Stop acting like everybody come from a Tyler Perry movie. Y'all watch too much TV. Y'all watch too much BET. Being walking stereotypes. Get tired of that shit. I'm a country nigga. I'm not from the inner city. I got a different fucking value set. I wish I had I've grown up in a different value set. Y'all think everything is relationships and sex. That's why when AM1, shout out to AM1. When AM1 was talking about skills and resources, y'all don't support his channel. Now, when he was in the manosphere, and when he started talking about, well, we gotta stop talking about women. Can we talk about skills and resources? No, let's talk about the black woman. And when I was among you Negroes, when I was on that MGTOW shit, when I was in the manosphere shit, I want y'all to notice something. I wasn't part of the black manosphere. I want y'all to put this caveat. I was never in the black manosphere, but I was in the white part. But here's the problem. When I told you niggas, why don't you get political? You bitch ass niggas like Angry Man and Obsidian and BGS and you clowns over here want to say, well, we don't want to get political, man. We think that we gotta bash the black woman over the head. We gotta shame, blame, and explain. That don't solve a fucking thing. Getting on the internet, calling women hoes and bitches. We told y'all a long time ago to drop that bullshit with what you on. BGS, and I got a video come for you, BGS. I'm about to drag your ass, BGS. I'm gonna drag your ass straight to fucking hell. It's coming. I'm gonna dissect and deconstruct your ass, and then I'm gonna drag you. And anybody else who get in the way, you will face harsh consequences if you try to get involved between me and BGS. That goes with anybody on BGS's camp, and you MGTOW niggas, get the fuck out the way. This is between me and BGS. Fuck no. Letitia, hell no, Letitia. Hell no on that. Hell no, I ain't with Sandman. This is Sandman. Sandman's a weirdo. A Canadian weirdo. Always talking. It's me, Sandman. Be quiet, Sandman. Sound like an incel. You sound like a stupid incel. Women. Man, nigga, shut up and sit down somewhere. It's time to make things right again. I said it. We need to make it right again. You know what? You might be right, Letitia. You might be right on that. AM1 is telling people about skills and resources. Tri City is telling y'all about how to get land. I'm telling y'all how to farm. MOT is talking about his business, his trucking company. But y'all don't care about all that. Only y'all care about is shame, blame, and explain about why women won't get in bed with your black ass. Women that we're not even trying to talk to. The women who y'all want, nobody else won't. You just mad because the hood rat is the only thing. The hood rat is the only thing, is the only choice you have. Because the suburban chick don't want you. The country girl don't want you. The white girl and the Hispanic girl don't want your black ass. So you think coming online talking about hair weave and long nails and tattoos, you think that's every black woman? Because no, nigga, that's women that only you can touch. Most of the women, no, scratch that. All of the women, and some of y'all know I dated some of these women off YouTube. Some of y'all know this. Some of these women, all the women I've been with, does not fit the characteristics. And these are black women, by the way. Let me say this. These are black women I've been with. None of them fit the characteristics of these heifers you talk about. Now, hold on. May said, for the record, are any of y'all women who follow this channel or any of y'all film sales? Now, we already know Letitia is not a film sale. Letitia used to be somebody's wife and somebody's mother. So how can she be an incel? BGS? Since you said the women on my channel are film sales, BGS. The reason why we got a single mother problem, according to the manosphere, is people like BGS. People who serve as community dick to everybody. And BGS was a community dick in California. But y'all got a problem with this Texan. Because I'm telling the damn truth. I'm 20 years younger. I'm 25 years young, 25 years younger than BGS. And BGS be saying a lot of lies on YouTube and falsehoods. But y'all won't check his ass. That's why y'all like to dog pile on my ass. And dog pile on Man of Tomorrow. And dog pile on Mike V. Every time when somebody says something to BGS, there's always some 2-3 niggas want to jump off the top rope. Like a pack of bitches. Better mind the business that pays you. I hope, man, we got this understood. I really hope that we got this understood where I'm coming from. Because I see both sides as toxic and also troubling. Let's not bring this up again. He's 667, so he probably was born around what, 1958, 56? Yeah, 57, 56, something around downtown. It doesn't even matter. But anyway, I said enough. I said enough off of here. I better not hear no shit after after this. And shout out for Antifa what he said yesterday, because I've been wanting to get that off my chest. This whole mammying for Jay Prince. Oh, 1959. He was born in 19. No, hold on. Let me see. 1959, 58. He probably graduated high school in 78 or 79, somewhere around at that time period. Who knows? Whatever. I'm just thinking on top of my dome real quick. Talking about, you know, the godnocracy, nigga. Your dick created the godnocracy, nigga. You over there passing around community dick, got these women all pregnant, and you want to go on 20 years later, you want to get on social media talking about how bad black women are when you were one who was community dick. Pass around you peeing as if it was a spoon. I just washed it up. I put soap and water. It's a spoon. Yeah. You put in everybody's coffee mug, nigga. In these women's coffee mugs. Unsanitized ass nigga. No, I don't. No, I don't. I came in around the end. I came in like the last hour of his live stream. The last 30 minutes of his live. No, the last 30 minutes of his live stream. What's the last 30 minutes? I don't know. I came in at the second half of his live stream before he ended last night. I got that off my chest. I'm supposed to be doing another live stream tonight. I had one set up for tonight by Hunter Biden, but this rant, I just think that I might want to just go outside and finish what I was going to do, and I'll do that tomorrow morning on the Hunter Biden thing. I'll do that tomorrow morning. So yeah, so I'm gonna jump off of here, y'all, and yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here and I'm watching Martin Stewart. I've been up making up the storm. Oh, okay. I'm actually watching astronomy channels though, because I'm gonna bring out my telescope out, and I'll bring out my mama's telescope out, and my telescope out. I'm gonna put it in the back of my truck. I'm gonna go out in the country, way out in sticks, because there's supposed to be a planetary line, line up. Yeah. Did mate, I done all of that. I've done all of that about the Michelin tags. They're supposed to be. I don't know if it already passed, because it's kind of cloudy over here. It's partly cloudy. So I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance to see the planetary line. Because it's supposed to be Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. They're supposed to line up. In Mercury too, supposed to be line up, like in the eastern sky. I don't know if it had passed up or not. So no, I don't. Yeah, like he's gone. He's over there complaining though. He's on his channel complaining though. That nigga is complaining that I stopped his tags. He's over there. He's on the channel complaining about it. I went over there to the channel just to see if it worked, and he's over there complaining about that shit. Good. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. Talking about, oh, I'm gonna call Big J out, motherfucker. You in no position to call me out. You in no position to call anybody out. Who are you to call out? You nobody's daddy. You're not that intelligent. Calling me a fake intellectual. I never claimed to be an intellectual. Jackass. You don't want to call me intellectual. And then this stupid son of a bitch, because, okay, I made a community post, right? This jackass decided to, because I was talking to, I tagged, what's his name? I tagged, Benjamin Dixon, right? This nigga gonna tag who I was tagging. Do you see how weird and creepy that shit is? Because he can no longer tag me, now he's tagging people who I tag. And to tell them about me. That's how stupid. That nigga should know why I mocked his ass. If nobody wants to fuck with you, stop fucking with him. And you want to talk about facts over feelings. Nigga, you in your feelings by trying to still not knowing what the answer no means. No means no, nigga. I know it's not a good look, but I can't stand that punk ass nigga. I wish I was in a boxing ring with that idiot. Shut the fuck up. You're talking and you don't know shit. Over there talking and don't know a fucking thing about anything. All because he here trying to defend a bunch of criminal activity online. It's time to start making things right in this country. And we got a bunch of grown men. We got a bunch of grown men and grown women who's lost in the fucking sauce. Allowing their trauma and use their trauma to victimize somebody else. The problem ain't with me, bitch. The problem is with you. Instead of you coming on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, instead of you coming on the fucking internet with your problems with women, you should go to a fucking psychologist. Nigga, you in a fucking major city. A city, you in a major city. BGS, you in Los Angeles. A city, you in Philadelphia. Edward Anderson, you in Raleigh, North Carolina. You in a major city. And you can't seek no fucking help. There's a bunch of psychologists and mental health professionals. But you think getting online complaining about women who don't want you, or women you screwed over, BGS, I'm talking to you. Y'all either got hurt by a woman or y'all hurt a woman. But yet, whatever the case may be, y'all living in a major city and y'all ain't seeking no professional help to get over your funk. And like what MOT said, no. I don't want these niggas to get women at all. I don't want some innocent woman. I don't want no innocent woman getting in a room with any of these niggas. I don't. Any of these women, I believe, who's in a room with any of these niggas who I mentioned, I think they are in grave danger. It may not be a physical danger, but a danger on a mental level and possibly on a spiritual level. Because a lot of these niggas on here are fucking demonic. Jay Prince, you in Milwaukee. Get some fucking help. All you women who fucking with Jay Prince, I'm the worst of the worst. Well, Jay Prince ain't really the worst of the worst. I take that back. There about 2-3 people who worse than Jay Prince. I won't say their names though. But to sit there and just get online and do and say heinous shit and still getting support. You cannot fill a glass that's already full. What are you referring to? And you know what? I do believe in that queen. Pure. I do believe in that pure because I noticed that if certain women invite certain men in, I'm using that term inviting in because you know what I'm talking about. On a intimate level, the women become damaged after fooling with damaged men. And these damaged women will try to spread their bullshit to other people, other men, other women, and possibly their children. But they don't want to talk about that part. You know what? I feel good now. I got this off my fucking chest. I feel mighty goddamn good. I got this off my chest, but then there's one thing I need to do. Sadly, there was supposed to be a meeting that I can't go to because they canceled it. I might have a special announcement at the end of the year. But I'm like MOT. Some of you, you know what? I ain't gonna repeat what MOT said, but I agree with MOT. I agree with MOT about what he said though. Some of y'all are useless eaters. Hold on. Big J, you need to apologize to May. I think you were harsh on her statement, Big J. Hold on. May, what May, hold on. Hold on. I'm apologize to May then. I apologize to May. I apologize to May because I wasn't snapping at her. I'm snapping at the fact that I'm talking about that dumb idiot. Okay. I'm snapping at that dumb idiot. Remind me of that dumb idiot. That's why I snapped. It wasn't okay. Okay. She said, huh? Yeah. Oh. No. I wasn't being harsh on May. I wasn't being harsh on May. I was just pissed the fuck off about YouTube allowing these deranged individuals to get away with shit. That's what I was pissed off about. And no, let me say it to some of you niggas. I am not acting like a victim, but I will victimize you. Keep fucking with me, I will victimize you. Not playing with you bitch ass niggas online. Oh, and one of you niggas talking about we on a big J hunt. We're in Texas and we on a big J hunt. Nigga, I told you where I was at. You didn't show up. I told you where I was at, nigga, and you didn't show up. But yet you said you was on a big J hunt. You said you want to whoop my ass. How come you didn't show up? Because I've been sitting over here on a vacation. I'm waiting, all that shit. You didn't show your black ass up. But yet you did a video telling you was in Texas. You said you were doing a week in July. I made sure I took a couple vacation days. I'll make an example out of you niggas. And I'll film it. And then when it's dealt with, then I'm gonna say, you see, this is the reason why we need to change these laws. Now force these social media companies about these online groups. Like the manosphere. And yes, you divestors and you BWE women, y'all deserve it too. This is about the future. It ain't about no fucking pussy. Shit, I steal your pussy. I take your woman from you, stupid son of a bitch. You think though you special and shit? I steal your woman from you. I sweet talk her into my fucking arms. If I feel like it, but then again, I don't want no sloppy seconds out after you. Or some thirsty thirds, because some of y'all is on that DL. Some of y'all is on that DL, so y'all might be on some thirsty thirds. Or dookie thirds. Or dookie force. Let me stop ranting, y'all. Let me stop ranting. That's I gotta get off of here. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let me get out of here. Donate. I shouldn't did all this rant, but I gotta get that off my chest, man. I gotta get that off my chest, man. That I've been holding that in for a week. But BGS, I'm still going to drag you though, Because I'm middle of editing my video on your ass. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and get off of here. And here is my QR code. So anyway, I see.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.